Picture this young boy, and he's in tattered clothes in this alley, 3 a.m., it's drizzling rain. Rejected, nobody wants him. Rejected by the church, by his friends, by family. And is in this alley with other children who are sharing some of the same pains as he. Been on some of the same addictions, alcohol and drugs, in the same jail cells as he. And many of my friends are not here to tell the story today. But by the grace and mercy of God, I am. See, Jesus, he walks up to this alley and he points at me. He says, Damar Greer. He says, follow me. And I looked around because at this time, I didn't even know who I was. My identity was stolen at a very, very young age. But he speaks to me again. He says, Damar Greer Rashad, you have been marked. You have been chosen. Now follow me. My eyes, they begin to well up at this time. Why? Because, see, so much revelation in those very few words. The first was that I am marked and I am chosen. This means that I am owned by something great. This means that I am valuable. Because value is determined by the person who owns the object and what that person is willing to give in transaction for that object. And that was his only begotten son. The second piece of revelation was that he called me. So no one will call your name unless they have a purpose for you. So I'm valuable and I have purpose. So I begin to hobble over to Christ. Why am I hobbling? Because my shins are split, my ankles are swollen, because I've been running from my calling in these streets for so long. And I get up to Christ and he stares at me in the windows of my soul and he says, son, I love you. He says, son, you are a king. Son, your life is significant and it means something to me. And for a young boy with an absentee father, those words meant everything because he secured me and he validated me. And before I could respond in doubt, he turned and he said, now follow me. And I began to chase, ironically, Christ like he had been chasing me this entire time. But it was hard to keep up. It kind of seemed like he was power walking, right? Anytime that you do something brand new and it's a 180, there's always a struggle at the beginning of that route. But I'm chasing Christ. I'm holding on to pain and struggle. He turns and he says, son, lay down your burdens and follow me. So I'm laying things down and still pretty hard-headed because, see, it's easy to hold on to what's comfortable and sometimes hard to let go. He took me and he picked me up and he carried me through the roughest transition of my life. And now my feet are kicked back, my eyes, they're closed, and I'm relaxing in the arms of Jesus. And why am I relaxing? Because anytime that you're this close to Christ and you can hear the words coming out of his mouth, it's perfect peace. So I'm relaxed, right? And we're walking and he's bending down and I had to open my eyes to see what was going on and I seen that Jesus was taking the time to pick up all the broken pieces of my life, my existence, my heart. I stuck my hand out to take my heart back and he said, son, no, not this one. But what I will give you is a clean heart. And he gave me a clean heart. But he said these pieces shall not be wasted. And he took all these pieces of my ugly history, stirred them in a bag, and then he took his finger and he painted me what's called a beautiful future. And this is the reason why I love Jesus. Because it wasn't my friends, family, not even the church. It was Jesus who loved me the way that he did. There's nobody like him. And this peace is called absolute love. I'm so in love with love. That my soul was in love with love. Because love is I am and I am is he. And before I was formed in my mother's womb, I am was in love with me. See, love is everything that I'm not. Yet in the stillness of motion, love is everything that I am. Down to the particles in the air that dance in these arteries. Under these articles, giving life to once arthritic wallflowers at the ends of these here limbs. Love has given purpose to my fingers that are far more for pointing out what's wrong with her or with he. These are for hanging on to hope. For resuscitating dreams, touching frowning faces, healing broken smiles that hang from digging dimples. Love has bonded to my spirit's nucleus like the marrow of Adam's bones, mourning for Eve. And his image has breathed extensions into my soul like respirators. Grace placed me on escalators so that the tears of separation, they merely water the vines intertwined with dangerous faith that I shall use to move the mountains that are in my valleys. So that his breeze and my redwood trees are in sync with his sun. And my roots, they grow in Eden. No more of that John Legend ordinary love. None of that R. Kelly religious type love. This right here, this is an extraordinary relationship. It wasn't even built on trust. Simply grace and mercy. undeserving, one-sided, unfair. This is a very merciful, merciful love affair. Mimetic romance like the last dance Christ saved for the church, like two spirits dancing in tongues, singing silent praises to ordered steps choreographed for graceful Broadway plays, danced away by black swans like Catherine Dunham or Savian Glover. This crimson lover has dried the thirsty years of my prideful velvet, kissed my spirit over and over, again and again. Different dimensions, different realms, like this loving father kisses his daughter's open wounds. This is nothing less than intimate. And it makes me feel like I can conquer the world and every storm in it while inhaling whirlwinds of change. The Lord loves me still. As I change and I evolve, he loves me. But like steel loves words unchanged, doesn't bend, doesn't break. Like black, we all know love don't crack. It just revolves with revolvers and roses around a beating heart where Delilahs and destinies clash violently daily while crossing broken bridges overseas, searching for weapons of mass destruction in her and he were actually just shards of mirrors pinned to my own insecure sleeves. Love has shown me the perfect reflection of my imperfections and has taught me to adore the scars that adorn me. So today I'm not just in love with saying the name love or saying the name Jesus. I'm in love with Jesus. I am in love with Jesus. No script has ever compared to the great I am. It's incomplete pieces in my life, fragments like Boaz and Ruthless, time without matter. Today, I'm saying when I'm satisfied. But I'm satisfied because I'm whole. And I am whole because I am taken by the presence of absolute love.